As the puck is dropped and won back by the Generals. Trying to push it forward there for a moment was the likes of Michael Locke. Puck makes his way now to the backside of the Norwich bench. Or not bench, of the Norwich net as the puck is picked up by the Generals. Shot from Trevor Riggs. Couldn't go through all the bodies. Solari sends it right back in from central ice. Tim Hayden now in his own zone. Tries to backhand it over now to the far boards. Getting a piece of that one for a moment. There was Riggs. He's trying to get a hand pass onto it. It was Norwich. Pass goes down low. Bounces off the legs there of Daniel Tall. Has tied up now. Puck makes its way onto the close boards now. Solari dumps it in. Bounces off the legs there of Barron's goal. Picked up now for the likes of Massengill on the backside of his own net. Tries to get it ahead off the far boards. Does so for a moment. But the Generals are able to keep the zone here for a moment now as Michael Locke got in the way. Frary now with Locke. Can't pick that one up though, as now it will be picked up by Massengill and sent into center ice. Digging for both sides here once more at the center ice line now with Solari. Tries to bat it away. He has the lone goal here in this hockey game with about 13:40 remaining here in the first. Puck makes his way down low now as both sides try and dig for it. Michael Locke getting physical into the close corner now as it'll be picked up for the moment here by the likes of Aiden Reedy. Reedy now pinned on the far boards by Solari. Trevor Riggs now trying to get involved. Obviously not going to be able to move him. One of the bigger bodies on this NA3 squad. He was one of the bigger guys on the 18U squad earlier this year. Shot in once more here by the likes of Norwich. Block away any opportunity as John Rogers gets in the way. Puck makes its way into the close corner now. Tamburo not able to pick this one up as it'll be sent ahead to Vajuk. It had to bounce off his legs at center ice, so he'll go for a change here on the attempted clear. Generals trying to keep it in the zone as Pagasti almost takes out the assistant coach there for a moment on the Norwich bench after the goal by Ryan Solari early in the contest. Pagasti intercepts and enters into the zone. Antal now picks up the clearage. He'll send it around now to Zivkok on the far boards. Zivkok gets taken down for a moment here, but he'll get a little bit of help from the likes of Hack. Riggs now battling forward with Reedy. He'll get it around now towards Ryan Solari. Solari now is able to try and dump this one up and out of play, though, with about 4:33 remaining here in the period. Action, 1-0 your score. The Generals able to kill off the power play for the Norwich Sea Captains after Carson Zugek went for checking from behind. As the faceoff is won forward by the Generals as Mason Frary tries to hand it ahead. Sticking forward here once more as he was trying to battle with the likes for a moment there of Aiden Reedy. Generals trying to keep it in the Norwich zone. Continuing to apply pressure here as the forecheck continues to work. Solari now chips it ahead to the likes of Frary. Frary able to send it now to the backside of the net. Chasing after it once more, Hassenauer, the recent addition here from the USPHL. Puck makes his way over the close boards now as now the likes of Dutcher. Armour will be the one to step in the dot here. Puck is dropped, picked up for the likes of Norwich now. Shot from Hayden right into the glove of Antal, and we'll see a little pushing and shoving for a moment there as Aiden Reedy face off, tied up for a moment now with Michael Locke and the likes here for a moment of Connor Gilkeson. Still digging for it both sides, just trying to get a clear was Hassenauer. He's able to get it cleanly. Frary now trying to kick it forward. 9 seconds remaining here in the period. Still 1:40 remaining on the power play. Now is Norwich trying to see if they can get one last shot at this. Picked up by the likes of Hayden. Can't get the shot off cleanly as it's still digging around toward Herrick, Hayden, and Hamilton out there now for the likes of Norwich. The puck is dropped and one down into the general zone. Picked up now by Hayden, goes across to Hamilton. His shot batted out of the air by his own forward in the front of the way there was Aiden Reedy. Michael Locke will allow himself to get a clear all the way to the far corner. Chasing after this one now Hassenauer. Puck makes its way over into the close boards now as the Generals trying to get possession of it. Can't do it there for a moment, but Danny Antal will pick it up back in his own zone and get a clear all the way back down. Getting a piece of that one actually was Caden Hess, so he'll slow it down as it enters into the Norwich zone. He is flying here tonight. He's been a feisty forward all season long as the slap shot from Greenwood goes to the backside of the net. He'll go ahead and get himself a change now as Ricks tries to signal over to Rogers to get a change. He can't get him off though. Aiden Reedy now enters into the zone. Reedy goes around the likes of Rogers, but able to get a stick on it will be Rogers once more. The shot save made. Rebound is still loose in the front of the crease. No one can seem to get a piece of it until finally Norwich gets a piece of it for a moment there. Frary trying to get a stick away shot. That one went wide. Yeah, well, another aggressive attempt there from Danny Antal. Able to keep it in the zone though will be Norwich with about 27 seconds remaining here on the power. Puck is dropped. General's able to win it back. Frary now makes his way into the close corner, the far corner. He'll send it around towards the close boards now as Trevor Riggs tries to keep it in. He can't do it here. Here comes Norwich now trying to get it forwards. Reedy, he lost it though as he had a possible 2-on-1. He misfired though. Puck makes his way right in front of the General's bench, enters into the Norwich zone as will be picked up once more by Aiden Reedy. Reedy now Enters into the general zone. Tries to go around the likes of Vermette. Has it bounce around his skates for a moment. He'll hand it off to Gilkeson. His shot goes wide. Getting a stick on it, though, on the rebound for the moment there was Antall as it makes his way over the far boards. Frary drops it off now to Riggs. Riggs up to Frary, and Frary sends it all the way down. A slow roller into the Norwich zone. Chasing after this one will be Hess. His way into the close corner. Shot right in the glove of Danny Antall. He holds it to his chest and hangs on. Shot almost every single team they've faced this season. As Gilkeson now faces off with Michael Locke. Locke will win it back as Riggs will pick it up. Riggs now on the backside of his own net. Tries to chip it ahead. Picked up, though. It's a weird pass from Peluso. Trying to get a body out in front. Good work by Riggs, though, to push him out of the way. He lays the body there in the far corner. Hassenauer now ahead towards Frary. Back up to Michael Locke as he enters into the zone. Drop pass now to Frary. Now down to Locke. Backhander. He scores! Michael Locke! What a beautiful goal, Michael Locke! The Generals the lead once more. Mason Frary will be 190 New Jersey native, was able to use that big frame of his to get in the way. Face off one over to the close boards now as both sides can try to get it out. Able to get it forward now will be the Generals as Gilkeson takes a hit. Generals trying to get it back into the Norwich zone, but it'll be called for an offsides here as Mason Frary disagrees. Both Locke and Frary as Greenwood and Vermette stand on defense. Able to win it back cleanly will be Connor Gilkeson, the fourth line center tonight for Norwich. Michael Locke has to pick up the blue line once more here as he was offsides. Now Norwich exits out to their own zone. Big hit there on the far boards between the likes of Massengill and Frary as the puck enters into the general zone. Frary now gets it across the blue line, takes a hit for a moment. There is now Summers takes the hit on the far boards, is able to push it into the Norwich zone. Picked up, though, by Hamilton. Hamilton now chips it ahead to Borms. Borms enters into the general zone. Vermette chasing after him here, and the puck makes its way to the close corner. Bodies continue to fly around here in the general zone. Trying to get a pass out in front, able to get a stick on it, though, once more. Antall. Vermette now on the backside of his own net as he'll try and take a hit there for a moment from Nicholas Peluso. Peluso not able to really put the body onto him as Peluso now makes his way over the bench. He looks tired. Puck makes his way back into the general zone as Summers picks it up on the close boards. Offside still is Norwich. Picked up now by Greenwood. Tries to get a cross-ice pass, does so indeed to Rogers. He was able to pick up the blue line here. Is now Norwich able to get it cleared out once more. Generals have to get back on sides. Gilkeson hands it back now to Hamilton. Chips it ahead now to the likes of Aiden Rady. Rady now sends it on to the stick of Danny. 2-2 now your score. After Sava Makarenko finds the power play goal after the unsportsmanlike and hooking call, or not hooking, slashing call against Ryan Solari. Makarenko finds his 12th. Hayden with the assist, his 14th. March now chasing after it with Gilkeson. 4-on-4 for a moment. There's the pass, goes out in front. What a toe save made by Danny Antall, as having all the lane of the word there for a moment was Peluso. Puck makes his way up to the blue line now to Janik. His shot blocked out in front by the likes of one of his own forwards, Gilkeson. Trying to look for a possible clear attempt as Rogers will get pushed away from the puck here for a moment, but he'll continue to dig after it. Puck makes his way up to the far boards. Janik sends it right back down low. 4:30 now remaining here in the period, about a minute 23 remaining on the power play. Able to get a clear here once more will be the likes of March. He has to go retrieve his period. Generals have crossed the 30-shot plateau. Able to get it into the zone here will be Vijuk. He'll send it on to the stick of gold as he goes for a change himself with about 42 seconds remaining here in the period. Generals trying to keep it back in the zone. March wasn't able to keep the blue line. Michael Locke needs to get back on sides. Able to do so here for a moment now. He's trying to get it onto the stick for a moment there. The likes of Dutcher. And Toll able to stick it away as Dutcher would have had a possible 1-on-0. Dutcher now drops it down low to Gilkeson. Gilkeson now sends it around to the close boards. Chasing after this one, Hayden with the likes of Hack. Trying to get it out here for once more will be Haggis. Pagasti now trying to get involved as well. Puck makes his way to the backside of the net. Now Colin March with 15 seconds. General seeing if they're going to try and get one more crack at this opportunity. Gets it ahead now towards the likes of Pagasti, but intercepted by Hayden. 8 seconds now remaining here in the period. Puck goes all the way down to the backside of the Generals. Net will be picked up by Antall. Antall now sends it over now for Norwich as the Generals will take out the starting line once more. It'll be kicked forward once again here by Michael Locke. Greenwood now trying to chase it down back in his own zone. He'll pick it up here for a moment now as the puck enters into the neutral zone. Frary sends it ahead, intercepted though by Rady, who sends it on to the stick there of Danny Antall, who hangs on. Sea Captains find 2 in that second period alone. The Generals able to take the lead for a moment there thanks to Michael Locke as the faceoff won back by the Generals now as it'll be picked up by the likes of Greenwood. Greenwood ahead now to Frary, losing it off his skate for a moment there as he got a little stumbly there entering into center ice as he'll try and kick it ahead now to Summers. Rady though picks it up. Trying to kick it ahead now as he'll be intercepted though by Greenwood. Is battling for it now both sides at that blue line. Rady now losing it here for a moment as Garrett Greenwood, the null tender for this Generals squad, able to kick it ahead towards center ice once more as Ferry sent it into the Norwich zone. Too slow for an icing, so it'll be picked up once again here by the likes of Tim Hayden. Now pinned forward on the far boards, Rogers with Summers. Gilkeson now trying to get involved as well. I believe, if I'm correct, that is Tim Hayden now pinned on the far boards. Excuse me, no, that is Eric Massengill. Tim Hayden's on the outside of the pile. Hag now able to win it up to the far boards as Vermette drops it off now to Rogers at the blue line. Gets it across now to Solari. Solari, shot, save made right into the chest of gold. He will hang on now with 18:47. Backs of the net. Solari now sends it up the close boards to Hess. Hess now losing it here as Bain gets it off his stick as Rogers sends it right back in. Janik now hands it up to Gilkeson on the close boards. Picked up now by the likes of Pelucio. Takes a hit there for a moment, but able to avoid it from the likes there as the shot save made once more by Antol. Puck is still loose, going for the wraparound. They score. Now remaining here in the third period, Generals now down by 2 for the first time here tonight. The first time, I believe, in a long time for this Generals squad to this Norwich team. Trying to kick it forward was Frary as a big hit there at center ice for a moment now as the Generals try and pick it up in their own zone. Locke tries to hand it off to Greenwood. Gilkeson, though, applying the pressure. Locke now trying to chip it ahead to the likes of Summers as it goes up to the stick of Massengill. Able to get a kick to head, though, once more. Frary and Summers run into one another. Trying to get it in was Locke. This is his offsides. Michael Locke argues with the referees. He picks up the blue line once more. Massengill now sends it over the far board. Got 2 points tonight. Puck is won back now to Bournemouth for Norwich. Shot blocked out in front. Trying to get a piece of that one for a moment. There's Rady. He's not able to cleanly get it, though, as it's picked up by Zivkok in the far corner. Zivkok now drops it off to March. Colin March now gets it ahead to Zivkok on the far boards. Takes a hit. Pagasti tries to chip it out. Not able to, though, as Borm's got a piece of it. Sent back now towards the Norwich zone. Sent right back in once more here by Rady. Now March. Across to Vijuk. Ahead now to Bagasti. Crosses center ice now and enters into the Norwich zone. Tries to go around the likes of Gilkeson. Turns, tries to get it up to the blue line. Does so indeed as March sends it right back in. Vermette now shot. Blockers off once more by Gold. Picked up now by Gilkeson. Ahead now to Rady. Gets it ahead across now. Dutcher. His shot blocked away for a moment now as Janik tries to get it off cleanly. Can't do it there. Solari got a piece of it. Frary now battling forward at the blue line. Both sides digging forward now to the backside of the net. Gilkeson with Solari. Puck makes its way up to the far boards. Vijuk lost it in his skates for a moment there. He was panicking to try and find it now as Solari gets it and gets it across down to March. Colin March. Exit out of his own zone, crosses center ice, and dumps it towards the backside of the net. He'll let Vijuk try and chase after this one. He'll get outbodied by Eric Massengill. Massengill exit out of his own zone and enters into the general zone. 3-on-2 possibility for him. Tries to go around the likes of Vermette. Goes to the backside of the net. Now also try and play the 200-foot game. He tries to drop it off to anybody in a Norwich jersey. Not going to be the case, though, as Caden Hess knocks it into center ice. Trying to get a change here will be both sides now as it's picked up by the likes of Antol on the backside of his own net. Greenwood now. A little under 2 minutes remaining here. You'd like to see the likes of Danny Antol leave the net here possibly. He's looking over towards his bench. No call made just yet. 4-3 still your score with about 1:50 remaining now as Caden Hess tries to dig it out. He drew the penalty earlier from Sava Makarenko to give the Gents their first power play of the evening. Riggs now in his own zone. Drops it to Hess, who gets it back to Vermette. Now across to Riggs once more. Riggs off the close boards now towards Hag. Puck makes its way towards center ice now as once again Norwich enters into the zone. Nicholas Peluso now tries to find a pass out in front. Can't find anybody though in a Norwich jersey with about 1:25 remaining here in the period. Caden Hess now in his own zone. Antol skating towards his bench. Generals are going to pull the net here. Caden Hess across now to Summers. Summers trying to make his way around the defender in the close dot. Drops it off to Hess now. Generals have a man advantage now with about 1:10 remaining in the period. Pass goes across in front. Not able to find anybody there. Borbs is a crossing pass attempt. Couldn't get out. Picked up now by Michael Locke. Tries to find a passing shot. Not able to get it cleanly though as it bounced off the skates in front. Solari out in front. Can't get it either. Generals able to keep possession now. Solari another shot into the chest of goal. Puck is still loose. Still digging for it now. Able to get a clear will be all the way down. Will be Norwich. Colin March has to chase it now with 45 seconds remaining. March now gets it ahead to Mason Frary. Stick is loose in the Norwich zone here.